So hello everyone, welcome back for another new video. Today is a very highly requested video and I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to do this video. The last time it actually done so well, which is good because everyone's nosy like me and just wants to know everyone's story. So as you can tell from the title of the video, it is a bad, embarrassing, funny date stories part 2. If you haven't watched the one on my channel before, I'll leave it linked up here somewhere. And yes, look at my ups. And yes, you are seeing it as being held on with a bit of sellotape because it's not originally going there, but I wanted it for behind the video today. So, and look at my sculpted body as of. But yeah, look at these. Cute. And they smell so nice. And a wee mini one. And then that's my Primark candle. But I got these from La Bougie, if that's what it's called. Did I say it right? La Bougie? Aye. And yes, these are tiny mini matches. Cute. So yeah, I bought them. That was the Valentine's collection, or Valentine's set, I think. That's where I got those wee babies. If my bra slips down, just ignore it. So go get yourself a cup of tea, because this one is spilling tea. I'm literally spilling the tea. So funny. So, instead of me blabbering on and chatting about the background of this video, let's get into it. My hair is so bushy. The first one is, went for drinks with a boy that I hadn't eaten all day. Bad mistake already. I got extremely drunk and blacked out. Bad enough already. We ended up meeting up with a few of his friends and I threw up over myself, got kicked out of the bar. We went back to his house and I had a full conversation with his dad and I don't remember, and had to go into work the next morning with book all over my shoes. Nah. Going home to his dad and talking, like, I hate that. Like, going home and not remembering. Even your parents, like, going back and like, you were drunk and having a clue what you said. Oh, worst nightmare. But throwing up in front of his friends and all, not good. And the worst thing about it is throwing up over yourself is really bad. Like, if you throw up and you get to the toilet, then that's fine. But throwing up all over yourself, and then you had work, you must have been so hungover. No, that's my worst nightmare. I can't go to work hungover. Not for me. It's just a no-go. Went on a date with the boy, ended up getting with his best friend later that night. That's actually, like, could you imagine that was done to you? You devs would hate that. Like, I would die if that happened to me. Could you imagine? I keep fixing myself, sorry. Could you imagine that happened to you? Like, going out with someone and then going with their, did you say best friend or brother? Best friend. I hope you weren't going with each other like that long. Was it the first date? I hope so. Because that's mad. Boy I only met once made me meet his mum and made me stay over. I was mortified and I was in the house and didn't like him whatsoever, and said to his mum the girl is staying tonight and she was fine with it. No, that is crazy. Like, that was the first time. Was that the first time you went out? Staying over and you didn't even like him? Oh no, I would have been like, nah, I'm not saying. No harm. Like, I'm way home. Like, I can't stay. I would have made up this big massive excuse. Like, and his mum was probably pure nice as well. Ugh. I take it you that obviously didn't speak after this, did you? God love him, he must have been pure novy. I was on my first date in the Bentley. By the way, if anybody watching this is not from Derry or anything, the Bentley is a bar in Derry. With my boyfriend, and I was so nervous I went to take a drink and my hand fully knocked my dinner off the table. I literally wanted the floor to open and swallow me. I think that's happened to everybody, you know, like your first date, you're always so nervous and you're like you know, just pure jittery, and like the worst things happen. Like, I kind of know what you mean. Like, everyone makes them wee mistakes, and because it was your first date, that's even worse. But he was probably just as nervous as you, and then it was probably something that would kind of like made you laugh. Like, I bet you laugh at it now. I went on the first date with a boy to the cinema. Now, we're going to stop at cinema. Dates to the cinema, or like first dates to the cinema, are the worst. I mean, the worst things you can ever do. Cinema and first date don't come in a sentence. It's just not okay. Like, bad things happen at the cinema on your first date. It's just so awkward. Like, first date, never spoke to the person in your life, and you're going to the cinema. There's a bit of hair. Going to the cinema to sit down, to not speak, and watch a film. Nah, worst nightmare. Like, nah, not for me. I hate them. If you're watching this and you're ever going on your first date to the cinema, which is probably not happening now, don't go. Just don't go. It's just not going to end good. But we'll keep going with the story. And when everyone left, the boy kissed me on the stairs. When I looked down, my ex was standing watching. He just started working at the cinema and came in to clean up. Now there you go. There's my example. It is not a good place to go. My ex-boyfriend used to pretend that he had Tourette's. Tourette's, is that how you say it? Whenever we were in shops or even out for dinner, and he would roar and shout out of him, and used to be so embarrassed and just wanted the ground to open up and swallow me whole. What? That sentence doesn't make sense. I think swallow me up, I think she meant to say. Oh god, no. See, stuff like that here makes me nervous. See, if like someone is very attention seeking, like shouts and all, no, that's not for me. Like, and a pure quiet restaurant shouting like that, no thanks. And I'm glad it's your ex. Like, why would you pretend to have Tourette's? Weirdo. This one's so funny. Our first date, he took me to the car yard and showed me about telling me and showing me the cars and details. LMAO, I was sick. That there is literally Dev's a farmer, like, has to be. Like, that's so funny. Like, a car yard, if someone took me to a car yard on first date, I would be like, is there something wrong with you? Like, no, this is not, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, is the date for me or the date for you to look at cars? Like, no thanks. Matched the boy on Tinder and we arranged a date. Went on the date and he asked me to pay as he was skint after taking another girl out earlier in the day. I was about to say, oh no, that's a sin, like he obviously was just skint, but never bloody mind. Taking another girl out in the day? Jesus, best of both worlds. What the hell does he want? But I don't know. Jesus, how did you know that? Boys are crafty too, aren't they? Sorry girls, but like, come on, like, how do we all know? Pay for me? You paid for the girl earlier? Pay for me? What's different to her? Oh my god, I can't believe it. I was just about to say, oh no, that's a sin, like, he just can't afford it and all. Ugh, gone on. I went to the drive with the boy, first time ever seeing him, and I was extremely hungover. This is not going to go well. He kept going on and on about how much he loved his car and that he had just got the floors and seats etc all deep cleaned. I can see what's coming. We went to drive to Letterkenny and he was driving that fast in the car, and my hangover mixing, I projectile vomited all over his seats. And the emojis are like this. Oh, he took it so bad, turned around and took me home. He'd never text me again. One for the kids, eh? Oh my god, he was raging. He was raging. To be fair, getting your seats and all like validated like I was expensive. Like, that was an expensive date for him. But no, that there is my, I swear to god, that's my worst nightmare. Throwing up in public or throwing up like on your first date. No. Ooh, it's giving me the fear. Like, that's what I mean. Like, loads of these are about vomiting. Vomiting. Don't know. Well, oh my god. And then you had to drive like half, like, you were you in Letterkenny? Like, had to drive home, vomit all over the seats, all over the floor. You per, like us here, and him all angry. No, couldn't. I would have been like, let me out, I'll walk home. I was texting this boy once and he seemed completely normal when I was snapping him, and he arranged to go on a date to the cinema. The movie had ended and he asked me to come back to his house and said nobody was home. We were in the taxi and he said that he actually has family over, but not to be alarmed or scared. I got there and it was the second day of his granny's wake. He literally brought me to his granny's wake as part of our date. Oh my god, what a way to meet the family. Not a hope in hell. Like, I mean, just like me, I hate wakes, like, just in general. Like, I hate them. They're so, like, obviously gloom, like, but like, they're so, there's not a word for wakes. Like, I hate them. Like, I hate them. And that there, after your first date, or as a first date, obviously wasn't the first date, he just like, but like, how is, like, he think it's okay for, like, you to be there on, like, first date? No, I need to know more what happened. Like, did you speak more after? Like, that is the worst thing ever. Like, you know, like, wakes are for families and stuff and close friends, and then imagine, like, bringing your, like, a first date, like, was his mum in on, not like, excuse me, but who is this girl? That is bloody mental. That's mental. I can't cope. Right, so I'm just going to prepare yous. If you've got this far, you should get into the best part. I left the best ones for last, and I'm not even joking. These are the funniest things I have ever read. I swear to God, they're just absolutely hilarious. This boy had me believing that we were going to the cinema, fully came and collected me and all, and then whenever I got in the car he was like, oh, we will just leave the cinema because the weather was pure nice, and I was like, right, okay. And he was like, I'll drive us to some beach. Bear in mind, this was the first time seeing this person. He was driving for nearly an hour and the sun had literally set, and we were out of Derry. He stopped at some abandoned farmhouse, and I can't even read it because I know what happens because I've already read this one. Being a gag, agreed to get under the back of the car, always despite the fact there was literally pure serial killer vibes, LMAO, and he climbed in, and we didn't realise he hadn't let the handbrake down, and the car rolled down a big massive hill onto the main road, and we nearly died. I started crying, told him to leave me home and blocked him. Then his sister started me one night when I was working in a bar and told me I broke his brother's heart, and I had to get her through out of the bar because of the abuse she gave me. Nah. I read this one, like, that's scary. Like, you nearly killed her and you're sitting there heartbroken over the fact that you nearly killed her. Like, who forgets to put their handbrake on? Oh my God, that is mad. That's actually so funny. Like, it's funny but not funny. Like, one thing I'll tell you is all do not do on a first date. Do not get in to the back of a seat in a car with him. If he asks, don't do it. It only means one thing and one thing only. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've never personally done it, but I've heard stories. Don't do it. Bad things happen. As you've seen, bad things happen. So don't be doing it. This guy I met one night took me to Blair Drummond Safari Park. What the flip is that? Date was going well. We walked around the park, saw the animals, and had ice cream. We had a good laugh. The last part of the park was a lion enclosure. Excuse me, but you have to drive as you go right into the enclosure, and the lions run wild. Whoa, I'd love to go there. Where is this? Anyway, there's rangers in the big land rovers going about to make sure that lions aren't attacking anyone. Thank God for that. Next thing I know, my date puts down my window, not his window, my window. Oh my God, I started screaming as there was lions about 4 feet away, and he is laughing his head off. I was nearly in tears thinking I was going to be chewed up by lions. Then the ranger zooms over and starts yelling at my date, telling me to put the window up. Safe to say the car during the home was quiet, and I never saw him again. Also haven't saw any lions since. Scared for life. Oh my God, like, what is wrong with him? He's a psycho. He's a psycho. One word for him, psycho. Like, there's no other word for that fella but psycho. Like, what if his window broke and he can put that back up and then that lion just eats both fees? Like, nah, I would never ever speak to him again. Like, nope. So the next funny, really funny one, I love this one, so funny. First time I met my ex's mummy, we were drinking on his first birthday, and I was so drunk and didn't realise how drunk I was. So anyway, I was sitting in between his legs and I thought I was going to just like burp. I ended up projectile vomiting everywhere, all down him in front of his ma. Nah. And his ma had to take me upstairs and change me, and I had to get taken home wearing her clothes. Nah, not for me. I would die. I would have got up, I would have opened the front door, and I would have ran. You would have not seen me ever again. Oh my God, like that, I would die. 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 Like, nah, that's not okay. I would faint. There's no other word for me to describe, but I would faint. The fact that it was like the first time you met his mummy, and then you vomited all over yourself, all down the front of him, in front of his mummy. No. And then you had to obviously bring the clothes back to his mummy. Oh, here, thank you for giving me the clothes when I threw up all over your son. Nah, dead. Still can't believe this actually happened. Was when lockdown was lifting and things weren't fully open yet, so offered to take me to drive. So I expected him to get food or go somewhere, but he parked literally across the street from my house. He didn't even have to change to third gear the whole time. It's funny that she added that part in. And when we went to speak, he put his finger over my lips and said shh. Tied my, no, this is in capitals, tied my hand to the chair and tried to go with me. Ha ha ha. I had to ask could he untie me, and as soon as he realised I wasn't just going to have with him, he asked should he leave me home, which was across the street. Safe to say I never went out again. One thing, does he think he's from 50 Shades of Grey? Tying you to the chair? Don't think so. You're not Christian Grey, I don't think. And when you said for him to leave you home, I would have got out of the car and walked home just across the street. Nah, not a hope in hell. I would have sat in that car journey with him, that from there to there. After him tying me to the seat, I would have been up and out. I wouldn't even ask, they left me home. Up and out and never seen again. That is mad. Alright, Mr. Christian Grey. When I was 18, I lived with my best mate and just had was just fresh after breakup, so I was feeling spontaneous and wild. I invited this boy from Tinder and I fell asleep while we were watching a film. LMAO, I woke up to him rushing to leave like he was raging, and then later on I got a text from him saying I was shit company and good luck to me being a whore, and he just kept texting me loads of nasty messages, so I ended up blocking him and never heard from him again. What? How does he think that's okay? Whore? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on here. What? Like, what? Not okay. Fully not okay. Like, we're all allowed to sleep. That's what goes wrong when you go with a Tinder date. Don't go with a Tinder date. There's always bad stories with Tinders. Never ever go on a Tinder date. And never ever... Now, there could be good people, there could be good people out there on Tinder, but the last time I done this video, the Tinder stories I heard were not good. They were not good. They weren't. Not good. So one lesson to take from this: do not get into the back of a car with a boy. 2, first date, do not go to the cinema. 3, do not go on a Tinder date. Don't go with a Tinder date. Don't go with a Tinder date. That's all I'm saying. Went out on a date with a boy, got so drunk he brought me home. Woke up the next morning and realised I had peed the bed. And now keep in mind, this was our very first date. Oh my god. Nah. Nah, 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 nah. That is a nightmare. Even peeing the bed when you know, like, you know that person. Like, if I peed the bed and now Kyle, I would still be like, oh my god, so embarrassed. And that's your first date. Not for me. Right, this is the last one, and I've left this one for last because oh my god, this is mental. So, went out for my birthday with my friends and my boyfriend. Made it to the first bar and got so plastered I had to be left home. Woke up the next morning to phone calls from my best friends telling me my boyfriend had went home with another girl. I rang him and he didn't answer and texted me saying he's busy. Well, yes, he's my ex now, you best believe. Now, what the hell is wrong with that wee boy? Now, doesn't matter how long he's even going with each other. I was going to ask how long he's going with each other. Doesn't even matter. He's your boyfriend and girlfriend, and that was your birthday, and because you were like, he should have even went home with you. Some boys make me sick. Like, I'm so glad I've Kyle. Like, I'm so glad I've got Kyle, because I couldn't be coping with these stupid wee boys sometimes. Like, oh my god, no thank you. Like, the fact that you were probably so pissed off that you even got that drunk, had to go home early on your birthday night, and then obviously waking up like all hungover and all, and then finding out that your boyfriend went home. Didn't even just cheat on you and there, went home with another girl and stayed there, and then texts you saying he's busy. Busy doing what? Excuse me? Making up excuses probably. Didn't know what to say. Busy being a bloody arsehole. That's all I have to say about that one. And honestly, girl, hope you're okay. I'm so glad that he's an ex, because dear god, can I get back with somebody who does something like that? Cheating, just full stop, is that's what it is. And that's all I have to say. So that is the video finished. I hope you enjoyed it this time. We might do a part 3. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did like it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you're watching this right and you have TikTok and you haven't followed me. Oh my god! Usins, oh my god. I was just about to say, I'm like 5 away from hitting 10k. You've just seen me hit 10k. That's class. I will see you in my next video. Bye.